This morning, I had convinced myself that I hadn't done enough work. And I've lost plenty of jobs to know what the early warning signs look like. Within 60 seconds, my brain had gone from me being unemployed to broke to homeless. None of it happened. Here's what did. My name is Gerald, and I am money drunk. And yeah, I've lost plenty of jobs in my lifetime. And the loop for me is this entire catastrophe chain. I go from being employed to all of a sudden being unemployed, and then that leads to total financial collapse. And in some cases, that has been the case for me. I have been asked to leave several places where I've lived. I've never been homeless, but there have been a couple of times where I was forced to move out, and I've been without my kids, and that was extremely, extremely painful. That's the leap that I make, is that as soon as one thing goes wrong, as soon as I think that I'm not doing quite enough, that I make that mental leap to total financial meltdown, to total financial chaos, the financial chaos that I deal with on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. That is the pattern. But here's what actually happened. The truth was, I was prepared. I got all the tasks done that I needed to get done for work today. And I was prepared for this meeting that I had with my manager. Turns out the meeting got postponed because my manager had to be someplace else. But the point was, I was prepared. I was ready. And that financial collapse that I was so worried about never happened. And for many of my thoughts that I have in my head, like I said, I have this tendency to catastrophize, but those thoughts that I have in my head, they never actually happen. They never actually happen. What if everything is working out for me? In one of my favorite television shows, there's this character that says, everything's always working out for me. And I love that character in that show. And that's his mantra for his life. And what if that was my mantra for my life? Everything is working out for me. Not as toxic positivity, but more as a question, a reframe that I can use each and every day to actually take a good look at reality. I want to tell you a short story here. This is an old Buddhist tale. So there is this farmer, and his horse runs off, and all of his neighbors, come and console him and, say, "Oh, that's so horrible that your horse ran off." And his reply was, "Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know." And then the next day, his horse comes back, and he brings 3 horses with him. And his neighbors all say, "Oh, wow, that's such great fortune." And the farmer's response is, "Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know." And then the next day, while trying to break one of these new horses, his son breaks his leg and can't walk, can't work. And his neighbors all come and console him and say, "Oh, that is so terrible. Your son broke his leg. That's so awful." And the farmer's response was, "Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know." And then the next day, the army comes through his village, and they come and conscript. They make all of the able-bodied men go into the army. They force them all to go into the army. But since his son has a broken leg, he can't go. He can't join. So he gets to stay home. And again, his neighbors' friends say, "Oh, what good fortune. Your son was spared." And the farmer's response was, "Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know." What if everything is working out for me? Again, not as toxic positivity, but as a question. One question that I can ask myself. One question practiced daily can change the spiral. Join me on this journey as I begin to get money sober. Again, that one question: what if everything is working out for me? Actually, it is.